Today on Football Italia, we visit the San Paolo Stadium as Napoli entertain Milan in what is traditionally one of Italian football's most passionate encounters. For Napoli, champions of Italy just 6 years ago, it's been a disappointing campaign. After a bright start, it's all gone wrong for the southern club. And despite a crucial win in midweek over Torino, their first victory in 2 months, Napoli could yet be dragged into the relegation battle. Napoli's main problem has been a lack of firepower. They've scored just twice in 9 matches. So it's hardly the ideal time to be facing the league leaders who have the best defensive record in Serie A. Milan are well on course for their 4th Scudetto in 5 seasons. Fabio Capello's side have lost just 2 league matches all season, and with 5 games to go, they hold a commanding lead at the top. However, the Rossoneri have lost on their last 2 visits to Naples, so they'll be taking nothing for granted today. Can Napoli produce another shock victory, or will Milan take another giant step towards the championship? Let's find out with your match commentators, Luther Blissett and first, Peter Brackley.
Napoli are without 3 players suspended today. Ayala, Longo and Busso are all missing from the squad. Tarantino, a key defender, is out injured, and Pari has flu. Cruz and Bordin, though, are fit to return. Imbriani continues on the right in Busso's absence. Up front, Agostini has the main striker's role. Baresi is back from suspension to marshal Milan's defence, and George Weah returns to lead the attack, having recovered now from a broken arm. It's a very strong Milan side, but then when isn't it, given the squad that Capello has available to him? Simone has to stand down to accommodate Weah. Iranio is preferred in midfield to Donadoni. Away we go then as Milan kick off. Memories of some outstanding confrontations back in the late 80s always revive when these 2 teams meet. Inspired by Diego Maradona, Napoli had a championship-winning side themselves on 2 occasions, of course. Indeed, the clubs enjoyed fierce rivalry in those years. Napoli won the Scudetto in 87 and 90, Milan in 88 under Arrigo Sacchi before Capello's 3 titles in a row from 92 to 94. Napoli not entirely free of relegation worries yet. Of course, Milan going for the championship yet again, and very much in pole position at the moment, Luther Blissett.
They are indeed, and with Juve going down yesterday, obviously they're in an even stronger position today. So they'll be going into this game today knowing that really all they've got to do is keep doing what they've been doing, get a result today. Anything other than a loss obviously will be good for them, and will see themselves well on their way to another Scudetto.
This is Franco Baresi, who's back in the Milan side after suspension. Very smoky atmosphere at the moment. It's hard to see what's going on out there. It's been a tremendous build-up to the game. That's Bordin taking the throw, the captain of Napoli, playing on the left side today. Away by Desai to George Weah. Milan will be very relieved to have Weah back. He was in tremendous form before suffering that broken arm. The World, African and European Footballer of the Year. This is Baresi now. Costa Quarta. Looking for the run of Panucci, who's back on the right. He operated down the left side in midweek, Panucci. This is Pizzi. He's a very talented player on the ball, Fausto Pizzi. Born on the outskirts of Milan. Indeed, he began his career with Inter. He's currently on loan from Parma. This is Pizzi on the ball now. Bogossian, the Frenchman, alongside him. Pizzi then with the free kick. Easily dealt with by Panucci. No real challenge on him at all. And the shot fired through. Comfortably saved by Sebastiano Rossi.
Well, they've got to be very disappointed with that. I mean, it's an opportunity when you get so early in the game. A free kick, you've got to get bodies in the box, and they just didn't watch it. Very disappointing.
Napoli with just 3 defeats at home this season against Fiorentina, Roma and Juventus. Forward by Baresi, Weah with the touch. Now Savicevic. Weah's pulled into the centre. Still Savicevic. Maldini storming ahead of him there in support. Imbriani on the counter-attack for Napoli. It was just too long for Pecchia. Albertini trying to release Roberto Baggio. Now, what can Agostini do here? He hasn't got too much support. It wasn't a bad effort though, just wide of goal from Agostini.
I think Rossi's just telling him there, I don't think Rennie should have backed off. We had 4 Milan defenders against Agostini on his own, and he still got the shot in.
Scored the only goal in last season's corresponding fixture, Agostini. But he hasn't scored now for 3 months. He'll be anxious to impress. He had 1 season with Milan back in the early 90s. Agostini. This is Savicevic. Good defending though by Cruz, the Brazilian. Bit careless though with his distribution. Across by Desai. Here's George Weah. Baggio for Weah again. Great ball then by Baggio. And Weah's touch, not as sure as usual.
Yeah, that's something you don't see too often, is there? But I mean, a great little bit of forward play again from him there. Good control, good little layoff for the 1-2, but as you say, his touch let him down there, otherwise I'm sure there'd been a striking goal.
He's been out with 4 games now with that broken arm, George Weah. Here's Baggio taking the corner kick. Iranio in the 6-yard box. The photographer is in the way. It was a dangerous ball curled in by Baggio, but safely claimed. A routine save in the end, really, for Giuseppe Tagliatella.
It was, yeah, but I mean, he didn't even have to jump for that one, the goalkeeper, so someone really should have got there.
Maybe the photographer. Here's Panucci. Weah in the middle, so too was Baggio. It's a corner. Forced by the persistence there of Panucci. Baggio trotting over to take the corner kick. Napoli have to deal with the menace of George Weah. Desai's in there as well, and Maldini. Takalo has the task of policing Weah. And it's a free header from Panucci. Nobody picked him up. All eyes were on Desai, on Weah, on Maldini. And Panucci sneaked in to score on 13 minutes. Boskov on the line, looking very, very angry.
I can imagine. I mean, nobody whatsoever picked him up, and you could almost see it in slow motion going to happen. Nobody whatsoever moved anywhere near to stop him from getting that. And, I mean, a great header.
It's his 4th goal in Serie A. Really positive header then by Christian Panucci. 13 minutes gone, and Milan have the early lead.
All on his own.
Costa Curta. In goes Pollicano. His first tussle, and he's won the free kick. The bookmakers might be taking odds now as to whether he'll finish the game, Pollicano. He's a very volatile character.
Yeah, I've seen him come on as sub and then gone off after about 15-20 minutes.
Pecchia, rather Cruz with the free kick. The Brazilian sweeper. Returning to the side today after injury, and he's got his angles wrong there. Just too long for Imbriani.
Just struck that a little bit too strongly. It's a good idea. They really need to start now extending Milan in some way, trying to get the ball forward a little bit quicker and get bodies up there a bit quicker. Maybe getting around the outside of them, but they've really got to step the pace of their game up now.
Rossi, who's become such a fixture in goal then for Milan, actually made his Serie A debut against Napoli 9 years ago. Baggio, Desai, now Iranio. Caught then by Pollicano. He was a bit late then. Yellow card. He's only been on the field, what, 3 or 4 minutes?
That's right.
Just can't seem to keep his play in check, can he? I mean, what's he thinking of here?
No, I mean, there's absolutely no need to go in there whatsoever. I mean, the ball is always only going to go one way, and that's backwards. So you've done your job.
Well, he's 32 now, Pollicano, but it seems he'll never learn. His 4th season in Naples since moving from Torino. And he's certainly one of the most aggressive players in the Italian game. Now on by Iranio to Baggio. Just held it up then for the run of Panucci, but he swung it too far. Savicevic, tumbled by Bordin. I think it was a little unlucky then, Bordin.
It was a little. I mean, they really just had a little collision there, didn't they? And I think unfortunate to get that given against him.
But he knows his business. Referee Ceccherini, he's on the FIFA list. I reckon that was a bit harsh, though, on Bordin. Just exchanging views now with Savicevic. Smiles all round. Baggio.
Good bit of defensive work there.
Well, they were very sloppy on the goal, but otherwise they defended quite well, Napoli, but just not really doing anything further up the field. Savicevic. Milan continuing to dominate. Iranio. Iranio with a shot. Now Fausto Pizzi. And the threat of Pollicano easily curtailed. Costa Curta, who reads the game so well. On by Pizzi. Pollicano offside. Milan have got it right at the back again.
They have. They're very well drilled. They just don't give the opposition any real opportunity to start to build on attacks or get any real momentum to whatever they're doing. They just keep breaking it up when they get the opportunities.
They've won 4 of their last 5 away games in Serie A Milan. Only Juventus stopped them, making it 5 out of 5. Where? Good support again from Panucci. I think he just kept it in too. Tackler with the clearance. Maldini. Excellent play then by Albertini. Where? Tackler misjudged it. Where is through here? Where shot? Savicevic lurking in the centre, but wide of goal from George Weah.
What a great bit of individual skill that was. Made out as if he was going to go and collect the ball and just let it run over the top of his head. Bit of a poor finish though, but didn't really get hold of it.
Tackler was struggling there to stay with him after that neat piece of deception from Weah. Pollicano. Too long for Agostini. Maldini's clearance. Desai. They just seem to have players all over the field, Milan. Weah now. Well, the idea was there, but not the execution. Cruz to Pollicano. And again, they've given the ball away so easily, Napoli.
They do. I mean, under no pressure whatsoever, players are just giving the ball away.
Savicevic. Super little run till he was impeded.
I think the defender was a bit fortunate there. The ball had travelled away from him as far as it did. Because there it is again, and he's just blocked his path there.
Well, he ran right across him.
He did, yeah, but I
Cruz.
think probably gave him the benefit of the doubt because the ball had run away as far as it did.
Let's hard to think, though, Luther, of a clear-cut opening that they've managed to create, Napoli.
No, you can't really see it coming at the moment. They're really struggling with all different aspects of their game at the moment. I mean, just giving the ball away unnecessarily, and on free kicks, I mean, they've done nothing with it.
Well, they have a pacey player on the bench in Napoli. Maybe we'll see him in the second half. They've certainly got to do something in their efforts to alter the balance of power in this game. Chipped through by Ranio. This is Weah. Savicevic. Ranio making that run. Savicevic with the cross. It goes Weah. Pollicano. Poor clearance to Albertini. The Napoli defender down injured along with George Weah.
It's a full bloody committed attempt to get the ball in the back of the net from Weah, and I think that's Tackler's on the floor.
Yeah. Well, as we anticipated, he has his hands full with George Weah today. He's stuck manfully to the task.
He'll have the bruises to prove it as well at the end of this one.
He's done okay, actually, keeping Weah in check. It's no easy job, is it?
Not at all. There is, I mean, they both went all out together, and I think he just headbutted him in the side of the head.
Well, they were both rather brave then, Weah and Tackler, and it's Tackler who's come off worse, but Baggio, I'm sure, sportingly will return the ball to Napoli. Now there is the half-time whistle blown by referee Ceccarini. The first half certainly dominated by Milan, and they had their reward, the goal from Panucci on 13 minutes. Napoli, in truth, really haven't offered too much of a threat at the other end. Let's hope they can in the second half to make a match of it, really. The half-time score, Napoli 0, the leaders Milan 1. The home side, Napoli, in some trouble. Only the one goal down, but they've created so little of note at Milan's end of the field that you wonder if they can change it round in the second half. Milan very much on top and ahead through Panucci's goal on 13 minutes. Pecchia. Laid off it by Cruz to Tackler. This is Bodin. They've certainly got to be more ambitious, I think, in this second half, Napoli, if they are to extend Milan in any way.
They have indeed, and it looks as if at the moment it started exactly the way the first half finished.
Maldini. Imbriani tracking back with him, but his challenge was easily dismissed. Oh, and almost an own goal then.
What a super save that was.
Pollicano's header, and it was a brilliant save by Tagliatella.
Super ball in there from Maldini, again on his right peg, and I mean, that is a fine save.
You'd have been proud of that as a header, Luther, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think I might put it in the top corner though with that one though.
And it demanded the reflex save then from Tagliatella to keep the score at 1. Baggio with the corner. Albertini. Baggio was a little off balance then. Eagerly closed down by Bodin. Baggio, whose free kick deflected off Oliveira for Milan's winner at Cagliari on Wednesday. Indeed, both goals were own goals in their 2-1 win. Napoli looking to repeat their draw with Milan earlier in the season, remember, at the San Siro. And they are the draw specialists in Serie A this season, 11 from 29 games. But they have a lot to do to rescue this one, but here's Agostini now. At least it was a sight of goal.
It was, yeah, and in the end all they could do, Milan, was to crowd him out, because for one moment there they were caught out just looking at each other saying, have you got him?
Well, he was their leading goal scorer last season, Agostini, 13 in Serie A, just a 4 in this campaign. But he's been a fairly prolific scorer down the years with his various clubs. Now 32, Agostini. And remember, he did get the winner in this fixture last season. Forward by Bordin. Iranio was first to it, though. Now Pollicano. Pizzi, excellent control. Agostini making the run to open up some space for him, but he couldn't deliver the shot. Not a telling one, anyway.
Well, that's twice now in the last minute or so that at least we've seen a little bit of attacking further from them. So let's hope this is the beginning and they might be able to push Milan back a little bit more.
This is Maldini. Showed too much of that, though, to Imbriani. Excellent persistence shown by him. Bogosian. They need to get him more involved. And this man, Pizzi. No foul by Iranio, to the dismay of Pizzi. But it will be a throw. Pecchia. Colonnesi. And then by Cruz. Here's a Brazilian again, and he has a fierce shot. Not quite fierce enough this time. Pizzi. In goes Agostini. Baresi just did enough to deter him. But this is a promising spell now for Napoli. Cruz. Pecchia to Pizzi. Colonnesi. In goes Agostini. Maldini and Baresi between them, managing to deny him. But I would think Poskov has had a word at half-time, Luther.
Yeah, I think he might have just said a thing or two to them, and it's even fired them up a little bit. They're now playing with a lot more passion, a lot more desire to actually try and win the game. And in that respect, Milan now a little bit on the back foot. They're finding it difficult to clear the balls when it goes into their box. And obviously there's a bit more pressure on them now.
And the crowd can sense it too. They're certainly being much more positive now, Napoli. They've got to show some belief in themselves. Rossi will be aware of the threat that Cruz poses on these free kicks. Got 7 goals last season, only 1 in this campaign. But like most Brazilians, he can certainly pose a threat. Here's Cruz now. Rossi right behind it. But it's looking as if he might be a bit more occupied in the second half, Rossi, as the rain begins to fall very heavily now. Baresi elegantly forward. On by Radio. Where then in tandem with Simone up front for Milan. Altomari. Now Pecchia. And neither side really achieving too much at either end. Pollicano. Now Pizzi. On for Pecchia. We've got options here. Bordin. Imbriani. Didn't fall for Pizzi. But here's Pollicano. And he spurned the opportunity, and then Wales' control was poor. Pollicano again. Oh dear, the finishing was woeful.
It was indeed. I mean, that was a real threat there for Milan at one moment there, but the ball just happened to come a little bit behind him, and they managed to get the ball away.
Well, they are, remember, the lowest scorers in Serie A this season, Napoli, and I think they've underlined why today. Just not sharp enough. and the finishing has been poor. But at least they have raised their game in the second half, Napoli. Without threatening Milan too often. Bonucci with a throw. Laid off by Albertini to Costa Curta. Baresi, who'd spotted Weah. Desai. Here's Donadoni. Albertini making the run. Now Weah. Some good approach play from Milan here. Weah to Simone. Now they've got defenders back, Napoli. Weah with a shot, but he scuffed it really. But they should have made more of that attack. Simone was in an excellent position. Weah playing the ball beyond him.
Yeah, it was a bit of a poor pass from Weah there. If he had given him just a decent ball in front of him, I would have thought that would have been 2-0 and it could have been all over for them.
As it is, Napoli are still in contention. Just a 1 goal behind. That's a foul by Desai on Altomari. Boskov urging his troops on. 65 next month. Voyden Boskov. Great servant to European football. Here's another one, Baresi. Maldini. Weah. Cruz indecisively. Well, Capello will want a little more from his team now, I would think, in this second half. With just a 1 goal. Always a chance Napoli might sneak one. Here's Baresi. Now Donadoni. Played in for Simone. Weah. Tackler just did enough to thwart him.
Doesn't seem to have his shooting boots on today, does he?
Well, he's normally razor sharp in front of goal, George Weah. Difficult angle for him. And Tackler
did jump in a little bit.
Made it difficult, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Donadoni to Simone. Laid off to Albertini. Well, he hasn't scored in Serie A this season. And he didn't really look likely to then. His only goal has come whilst playing for the national team. Simone. Can't get through. But here is Donadoni in support. Desai making his way into the middle. Still Donadoni. Donadoni shot off the post. Fierce drive then by Donadoni.
And that is just one of the things that at the moment Napoli are lacking, somebody that will suddenly do something and create. I mean, that was very unfortunate.
Only inches away then from his second goal in Serie A this season. So an escape for Napoli. But Napoli's attacking sorties haven't carried any real weight so far. You can't see that changing. Given the strength of Milan's back line. And the lack of potency up front for Napoli. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Costa Curta with the free kick for Milan. Donadoni looking for Simone. The block from Colonnesi. Here's Donadoni. Baresi. Never rushed, never hurried Baresi. When he has time on the ball, he uses it so well. Bourdin. And I think Luther, quite clearly there's been a A difference in class this afternoon.
I think so, yeah. And now you can see there's a few of the Napoli players now already giving it up, thinking that's it, it's all over. Just really waiting for the whistle to go.
Iradio. But now it's Pollicano. Di Napoli. Perfectly timed tackle from Costa Curta. And it's even a throw to Milan. Costa Curta. Curious pass. Imbriani. Away from Donadoni. That was Di Napoli. Now Pecchia. Clever play by Iradio. Way up. Simone had made that angled run, but without receiving the service. Now Milan's defence was split open then. It's a chance. Oh, it's over the bar. Oh,
What a guilt.
Imbriani.
Well, what an opportunity that was to have tied it up. It's not often you find Milan in the disarray they were there, and incredible that he couldn't put that away.
On by Desai to Ware. Here is Iradio. Simone just find some room in the centre. Ware. Simone again. Now Iradio. And Iradio has kept it in. And then shooting wide with Simone and Ware in support. It was a squandered opportunity, and this is Tackler in trouble.
It was a great opportunity just to slip that ball back post where Milan had players coming in, and that really would have killed the match off.
Dived in there, Tackler.
Yeah, I don't exactly think that hit him in the face.
Baresi wants Rossi to collect. Away by Tackler. In goes Albertini. Simone. Donadoni, who's grafted so hard since coming on as a second-half substitute. Iradio. Albertini. Forward by Panucci. Ware could make nothing of it. Pollicano. Now Di Napoli, has he got the pace here? Oh, Costa Curta accelerating away from him. Excellent defending by Costa Curta. Panucci. And the final whistle is blown to signal yet another Milan win. And their relentless drive towards the title continues unabated. Just the odd scare for them really today from Napoli. And you always felt Milan had the game well under control. George Ware back in the side today, not on the score sheet, it's Panucci, whose goal has proved to be the winner. The final score in the San Paolo Stadium in Naples, Napoli 0, Milan 1.